Two Zanesville High School sophomores are put front and center during a pep rally at their school today. Zanesville Police and the Mayor's Office presented Nathan Smith and Ryan Murphy with a life-saving award, a Zanesville Police Certificate of Merit for helping someone in medical distress at Maysville Avenue and Epley Avenue, a few blocks south of Putnam. This after the school resource officer recommended the award be given to the two ZHS students.
We made a decision that we would provide or present these two students with an award, and we decided to give them the Zanesville Police Department's Life-Saving Award. I have never seen this award being, handed out to a civilian or anybody outside of the police department, but, we felt that these two kids, Nathan Smith and Ryan Murphy, did such a great job and were able to get in and get involved that, they deserve some type of an award.
The two boys say they learned how to recognize someone in medical distress from lessons in high school health class.
I went over to his house and told his grandpa and stuff, and then his grandpa came over with me, and then Ryan came over too. And at that point, right when we got over there, the fire truck came and they had to give him CPR and stuff.
It was like a first-time experience. I didn't really know what to do. It was just kind of like it all happened so fast, and it was such a young kid. I didn't know what I could do about it.
It's the first time the Zanesville Police Life-Saving Award has been given to a private citizen.
I got the story WHIZ, February the 1st, 2020, Saturday. There's the two students and the chief of police. And then the story is two ZHS students received ZPD Life-Saving Award. Dated January 31st, 2020. I think the journalist on this was Jared Allen. And this story has been viewed 1,305 times. Zanesville, Ohio. Two Zanesville High School sophomores are put front and center during a prep rally at their school Friday. Let's find out what they did. Zanesville Police Chief Tony Curry and Mayor Don Mason were on hand to present the awards to the students. Quote, "We made the decision that we would present these two students with an award, and we decided we would give them the Zanesville Police Department's Life-Saving Award. I have never seen this award being handed out to a civilian or anybody outside the police department, but we felt that these two kids, Nathan Smith and Ryan Murphy, did such a great job and were able to get in and get involved that they deserve some type of an award," Curry tells WHIZ News. Well, let's find out what the journalist wrote that they did. So let's continue. The students say it was a first for them. Quote, "I went over to his house and told his grandpa and stuff, and his grandpa came over with me. Ryan came over too. At that point, right when we got over there, the fire truck came and they had to give them CPR and stuff," Smith says. Then, let's see, "It was like a first-time experience. I didn't know what to do. It was kind of like it all happened so fast. It was such a young kid. I didn't know I could do. I didn't know what I could do about it," Murphy says. Chief Curry says it's the first time the award has been given to a private person. End of story. No, it doesn't say what the kids did. Isn't that odd? You would think a legit news organization like WHIZ News could find out what the kids did before writing a story about it. What's your thoughts on that, Herb?
Well, give me a second here again. I accidentally hit my closed my post out. I was reading on that comment myself, and whoever who wrote this comment, I don't know that it needs to be taken down or something, because it states in it that the boys was frightened, as I'm going to say, but they actually didn't say they was frightened, but they said they didn't know what to do. And what did they do to accept a word like that when all they did was told Grandpa some stuff?
Yeah.
It don't say in the report that they called 911. Who called 911? You know what I mean? It doesn't
say how the kid saved anybody's life. It doesn't say how they alleged to save someone's life or anything of the sort.
Oh, it says in the report that the kids told Grandpa.
Right. They showed up to a location. The fire department showed up,
and they showed up to the location. Went to Grandpa's house, told Grandpa and some stuff. Then they went over, and when they arrived, the fire department arrived, and the fire department did CPR. Okay, so now what did the boys do?
Now, the news story doesn't say what they did, but somehow they got an award from the ZPD Chief of Police, Tony Curry.
Yeah, but and there's also a video on it too, and the boys even stated in that video that they were scared to death. They didn't know what to do. So how are they getting a reward? What did they? Okay, and they said they was taught this in school. Okay, what was they taught?
Yeah, there's no details there.
Are they the one who performed the CPR? Are they the one who called 911? Are they the ones who, you know what I mean? No, all they did was told Grandpa some stuff, and they walked over, and the fire department arrived at the same time and did CPR and some stuff. Now, what's the word stuff? What is the word stuff?
The journalist doesn't give those kind of details, and you would think a legit WHIZ news organization could find out those kinds of details when producing their story. Don't you find that unprofessional?
It's unprofessional.
Well, I am saddened to find out that WHIZ would produce such a poor written story.
News.
Yes. There is no news there. There's no news in that story that helps anybody find out any information. All it does is leave you with questions of what the kids did.
Well, I went in and read some of them comments on them, and yes, people got good points. What did they do? What did they do to deserve this? You know what I mean?
Where did you read these comments at? Is this on Facebook?
Yes, it's on Facebook.
Okay.
And I read them, and I also gave thumbs up on them ones too, because see, I've called in on WHIZ on their bullshit before. This ain't the first time. So you got to watch WHIZ because they'll put so much fake out there. It's unreal. This ain't the first time I've caught them on fake.
What kind of comments are on Facebook?
Well, I'll have to let me see if I can go back into the comments. So, because like I said, I closed everything out on an accident, like a dummy.
Well, this Penny Hitchcock, she is saying they noticed the boy needed medical treatment. He was in a car passed out and stayed with him and called 911.
Okay, but was she there? Does she know this?
No,
was she actually seen?
She's not claiming to be a reporter, so I'm kind of curious where she's getting her information from.
Information? How does she know these boys? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, see, I know her personally too, so I'm not going to know more details. But
yeah.
But anyways, you know.
Well, it's Megan Gilligan.
in the article, it does not say how they did it or what they did.
Right, that's correct.
That
falls onto the fault of the journalists of the WHIZ News.
That's where I was getting ready to say, and that's false, because and that the journalists shouldn't even wrote that. You know what I mean? Shouldn't even publish that. Period.
Yep. And they have an editor that works at the WHIZ, and you would think the editor would catch the mistake that the journalist made.
You would think that.
You would think of that. And that's awfully strange from a professional organization.
Go listen to the video. Go watch the video. I watched that video 3 or 4 times, and that's why I got a hold of you and told you, hey, watch that video. Check that video out. There's a video there. And, and the kids stately says they didn't know what to do.
Right. And the one said this was like a first-time experience.
First-time experience. They were scared to death.
Yeah.
Well, okay, and they also stated in the video that that's what they was being trained in school for.
Right, yeah.
Okay, but they was also scared to death too. So, see, that's kind of contradicting themselves.
It's confusing because whether or not you have any training whatsoever in the medical field, if you see a young person passed out inside of a car, you would probably be concerned of whether or not you have training anyway, right?
Right.
So I don't want to take credit from the boys. Good for them for contacting emergency personnel if they did that. But I don't think it's worth giving them a life-saving award for simply calling 911. Am I right or wrong?
No, you're right. I feel the same way. They should not have gave them no high certificate like that.
No. A good pat on the back and thank you for doing your civic duty, but nothing more.
Right.
Yeah. So, anyway, that's my thoughts on the WHIZ News and their poor reporting. Any last thoughts?
My thoughts is they need to take that post down and quit putting fake news on them.
I think with that said, they should also make a public apology for wasting the public's time reading their post.
Actually, me, myself, and I think them boys ought to hand them plaques back over or whatever.
Yep. Because
it's fake, it's bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yep. They didn't save anybody necessarily.
Well, if you go in the comments, even in the comments, if I could get back into the comments, I would read a couple of them.
Yeah.
But anyway, it says in the comments, and there it does, what has the boys did.
And the story doesn't say what they did.
And the whole story says, if you read the story and watch the video, it tells, you know what I mean? It shows you it's fake. It tells you it's fake.
Because the journalist doesn't specify what the kids did or how they did it, and the video does not specify what the kids did or how they did what they did.
How they done it. That's my thought of it. They need to return them back in and quit giving things like that out. You know what I mean? Unless it's unless it really, you know what I mean? Really life saving. Now that's how did they save? How did they save somebody's life?
When someone says I saved someone's life, I'm thinking usually that's a hands-on kind of a thing. You pulled somebody away from a moving train. You put hands on. You did CPR yourself.
Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah.
Personally, yes.
The fact that you call 911, is a different story.
My thoughts is about it. If something like that, you personally saved a life. You know what I mean? You personally, not a firefighter or a police officer.
Right.
You know what I mean? A citizen saving another citizen's life. Not just, you know what I mean?
Right.
I don't understand how you're saying they saved somebody's life if they just did just call 911. No, anybody can call 911.
Right. But they didn't. They didn't save someone's life because all they did was report an issue, and that then the fire department allegedly saved someone's life because we don't know that because the story doesn't specify who saved anybody's life.
No, it says the fire department did CPR. Is what it says.
Yeah, it's CPR. That's right.
But that's all it says.
Yep.
So see, it's. I don't know. The story's fake. It's fake ass news.
Yep.
And that's my fault.
And this ain't the first time they've done it. It won't be the last time. But we're going to start reporting on their not doing their job.
Well, see, I've had to run around with the WHIC. I've had to call in and tell them about some fake ass news before because a knock come to my door. And they told me there was a dead body down in this park. So I go down to the park. Well, I did find this dead body down there. Well, I had my buddy called in, and he called it in. Well, somebody else come in and told the WHIZ that they found the body and such and such and such and such. Well, they showed it on 6 o'clock news. Well, I happened to see 6 o'clock news, and it was sent to me. And they said, here, check this out. Listen to this bullshit. So I watched what was going on and listened to it, and I'm like, oh, no. So I ended up calling them and told them, look, you better take that false news down because if you don't, there's going to be a problem about it. Well, at 7 o'clock that afternoon, it was gone. Yes, Zanesville is good on fake news, yes.
Well, it shouldn't surprise anybody from this point forward because this article proves they can't produce good news.
Well, first of all, that video, they shouldn't even place that video. They should have left that video out of there. That video tells it for itself. You know what I mean?
Right. Yes, it does.
I can't remember the seconds and all that on the timing of the video.
Right.
But if you just go down, you listen to the whole video, that's fine. That's what I did. I watched all the video to the end. Then I went back to where the boys was talking because I just wanted to hear the boys' conversation again to see what I was hearing, see if I was hearing right. Well, come find out I did. So that's why I ended up contacting you and telling you, hey, check that video out because it's got to be a fake news. And that's what it is. Like, well, I went in and looked at the comments, where I was reading comments, and everybody else is with me on the comments. Why didn't you say how the boy saved his life? If they're the one who's calling 911, or if they told Grandpa to call 911. You see what I'm saying? No, it says that the fire department and them got there at the same time.
Right. And that's according to the boys.
That's what I was going to say. And that was according to the boys' report in their statement that the fire department and them arrived there at the same time. And the fire department did CPR on him.
Yep. On
the kids. So, okay, no. And so, see, that's contradicting themselves.
Yes, it is.
It don't take nowhere, no how. I disagree with them having that, getting that. I disagree.
I agree. I agree with you.
Anybody, and this will be on my YouTube channel. Anybody's got any comments or just contact Herb Freeman Report and leave comments, and will read your comments. I'll get back to your comments. So,
what's the name of your YouTube channel?
It's called Herb. Oh shoot,
Herb Freeman, right?
Yeah, Herb Freeman.
And how can people contact you on Facebook? What's your Facebook name?
It's Herb Freeman.
All right.
If you want to leave an email address, it's Herb Freeman at what is it? Herb Freeman 5 599 at Gmail. Leave comments.
Yep. Alrighty. Well, this is Rocket Chevalier Senior. You can find me on YouTube as Rocket Chevalier Senior Playlist and on Facebook at Rocket Chevalier Senior. And this is our comments on WHIZ and it's fake news.
Fuck the police.
"911, what is your emergency?"